it doesn't really work when it's not Halloween.
Nah.
But today we're recording the day before Christmas Eve. This is going to be out Monday after Christmas. I might put it out. I'm not going to put it out early.
No. So,
This is spend time with your family. We're also doing this because we're not going to be doing an episode next week because it's just going to be like our holiday break
hmm
before we come back strong for the new year. Everyone's busy anyway. It's just kind of nice. You got to spend that quality time.
yeah.
But you're mentioning we are talking briefly about God. What were we talking about?
We're talking about how metalheads are like super
Oh,
nerdy and geeky.
yeah, like some metalheads that look like have a tough exterior, but are really just they're just their little minkuses, you know?
Yeah.
That's all they are. They're minkus with leather and studded spiked bracelets.
Mm-hmm. It's like we talk about um, you know, bringing back the dead and plagues to human and to human society, and
Yeah.
praising Satan, and
hmm
burning churches. But then that's just a persona, because then
Well, that's just
in
what
the
they do
background,
on the
yeah,
9 to 5.
yeah, it's just a
You
nine to
know?
five. On the weekends they're taking their kids to the park. They can tell you every single detail about like any sports team.
Yeah.
Like they're probably you probably see them playing Pokemon Go, or like see them playing Magic the Gathering. Just nerdy stuff like that.
Yeah. We
Like
need. Yeah.
dude, Coheed and Cambria, sure, they're not the most heaviest and most metalish of the rock bands and genres, but like the original members, all four of them were like grand wizards, or oh no, probably not.
Grand Wizard.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa,
I thought the lead
whoa.
singer was Mexican.
He is, or he's Cuban or
Or
something.
well,
Whoa,
there we
whoa.
go. I generalized. Well, his
Time out.
last name's Sanchez, so I went Mexican.
It's a 80% chance, most
No, you
likely.
make sense though, because I don't know many Mexicans named Claudio.
That's true.
So you're right. That it is maybe it is Cuban, huh, or something.
Yeah, he's
That sounds more
he,
like a Cuban name.
it's either Cuban or Puerto Rican. I
See,
can't
once
remember,
again,
but
I'm generalizing.
I remember he had a little flag on his guitar.
Yeah, a little flag, a little,
A little flag. No, but like,
little
what do you call them
condescending.
when they're like super experts in like Dungeons and Dragons?
Aficionados.
No, they're like top players, like grandmasters or
Oh,
whatever
uh, I
of
think it's
Dungeons and Dragons.
Grandmaster
I think it is
because Grand
Grandmaster.
Wizard is KKK.
Yeah, we don't like those. We don't take kindly those kind out here.
Yeah,
But yeah, they're like grandmasters and Dungeons and Dragons, and like, but yeah, they get hammered and they're playing Dungeons and Dragons. That's or fucking Risk and shit. That's hella nerdy as shit, dude.
dude. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons is pretty brutal because you really have to be with a group of people that want to play and take it serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a lot of work. You basically have to make everything.
Yeah, you create the whole world, and
You know what? That's a good game for like teenagers or people that are that have life sentences. You know,
mm-hmm.
basically you just need a lot of time on your hands.
Yeah. And I mean, if
Can you
you're
imagine the game they'd have in prison? Someone's getting like shanked because they fucking didn't pay the toll on the bridge or something. Hey man, I told you last week. You keep playing that shit with the fucking troll, I'm gonna fucking stab you when you're sleeping.
listen, you're fucking cheating. You're fucking fights over
Yeah,
cheating and shit.
or like people listen and then it becomes a gossip corner where they're like, "Oh, did you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Frank from the 6 9s. Yeah, he's getting real sick of getting bullied by the elves."
Yeah. Dude, imagine if that goes down. Imagine that went down, and then you have to go and talk to a judge, and
Yeah,
like
or explain why the
Ryan
altercation
Cooper,
happened.
inmate number blank
Yeah,
blank blank blank.
how do
So
you
why
plead?
did you stab your cellmate? This motherfucker kept on casting spells
Well,
on me. You triple
you
stamp, a
look.
double stamp.
Yeah, he looks at the judges all well. Have you tried playing Dungeons and Dragons without a 26-sided die? Didn't think
Oh,
so.
oh no!
So
I
then
hear
they had
you.
to shank it out of him because he swallowed it, and no one was gonna wait for him to poop it
To
out.
flush it
So
out.
so it was a mess, but they got it.
The The
They
judge
finished
goes.
the game.
The judge goes. I understand. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. So
Say no
I'm not
more.
say no more. I'm just gonna put you 3 weeks solitaire, okay? And
Open
no
and
more
shut.
Dungeons and Dragons, please.
He's all right. I got to get back to my game.
Oh, you're right. This motherfucker's
the
cheating too.
the fucking judge.
The judges. He probably plays D&D with them too.
Recess to my chambers. Just me.
Just just me. Bring 3 elves.
Yeah. Bring the
No,
troll
but
toll.
it's funny. I can't say troll toll because every time
Always
I
Sunny
hear that phrase, huh?
from Always Sunny.
Absolutely. You knew where I was going with it.
Yep.
It sounds like the boy hole.
Boy's hole. No, it's boy's soul.
Boys soul. You have to pay the troll
Wait,
toll if you want the boys
wasn't
hole.
that was the Dayman one, right?
Yeah, the Damon and the where
Nightman.
Charlie does this whole like
Oh yeah, the
production.
play.
Yeah, just to
The
get the
nightman.
waitress
The
like
Dayman cometh or something.
yeah. And what's this full like that dude plays like the bad guy. He's like supposed to be hella like karate, hella badass. He looks like a cat with the makeup and everybody can take him serious.
Oh yeah. Mac.
Yeah, it is Mac. There you go.
But what I forgot what the name. I think he was just. I think he was just a cat, and he would
Yeah,
act all like sneaky and claw all the time and hiss.
yeah, and for some reason made him do karate because karate's badass.
Wasn't he like a? He was more like a Broadway cat.
Yeah, he was.
It was pretty funny.
Dude, okay. We're getting sidetracked right here, but best I mean there's a lot of great Always Sunny in Philadelphia
Yeah.
commercials. Oh,
Or
or
episodes.
episodes. Great ones, but one of my favorites is when Frank does the beauty passion with the little kids.
Oh God.
And
Yeah.
he's trying to convince them that he's not a pedophile or anything. And he hires that mortician to do his makeup so he looks like he's freaking dead under the light.
Oh yeah.
That's great. And then every now and then I'll just go on and be like, it's like when they ask me like, oh, so what do you do, Daniel? I'm like, oh, I'm a full on rapist. Oh, a
Oh
philanthropist.
yeah. Full
Oh,
on rape.
oh, I'm a full on rapist. It's just
Dude, that's a
great
funny
writing.
show. Do you?
It's just so much great. I mean,
I forgot. Do you remember the episode where? Do you know the twins and then the creepy sister?
the
I forgot what their names are.
I want to say McFeely or it's something with an F maybe,
Yeah, I think you're right.
but with the unibrow kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but there was an
I think I
episode
know.
where they were like on the roof,
Mm-hmm.
and then like he was about to fall, but then his brother was gonna grab him. And he's, I got you, brother. And then
Mm.
fucking Frank comes out of nowhere with a fucking piece of wood, and he goes, "Oh no, you don't!" And he takes the wood and it pushes the fool, so he falls
Yeah,
off the building. And it's like one of the funniest things I've ever seen because he comes straight up out of nowhere, and you think
yeah.
the fool's gonna get back up, and then you just see like this 2x4 come out of nowhere, and he goes, he goes, "Oh no,
No,
you don't!" He
it's
pushes him
funny because
off the
Frank
building.
is such like a unpredictable
Yeah,
character,
yeah,
and is played by like a very prestige actor.
yeah, and a
I wouldn't
very
say
old
prestige actor, but a very
Danny DeVito.
respected, yeah, very respectable actor, and just like he plays like the scummiest, grimiest, worst character ever, dude. But I was in an interview with one of the writers. It wasn't Charlie Day. It was like the other two or whatever.
Yeah,
And they were saying how they always play pranks on Danny DeVito because he's a very like okay whatever like I'm willing to embarrass myself
right.
for the good of the show, and so they made up a false episode where basically every scene like Frank got arrested and every other scene with Frank is just him getting raped by like the biggest dudes, and then like and it was just like Dan DeVito was all aboard on it. Like he did the read through, and he was all, and it went down where they even had to do like rehearse,
Aw, you
like towards
froze.
the end. He was
There we
just
go.
basically getting like gang bang or something. Um, and finally Danny DeVito like speaked up, was like, "Yeah, I don't think this is like." He's like, "I don't think it's necessary to have so many rape scenes on me." And then they finally like broke down, and they're laughing and saying there's like
They're
a
like, all
big
right, we'll take one out.
yeah. Um, But yeah, they were saying like, dude, that was like the most expensive prank because Dan DeVito didn't speak up until like 2 days before they were actually going to go and actually do like a full on production recording
Jesus,
of it because
that's
he wouldn't say
hilarious.
anything. He was willing to do anything for the show.
Well, and that's why it's still on. Well, I
Yeah,
think it's still on, right?
yeah. It
Still
just
new
got renewed for
episodes.
like it got renewed for like 2 or 3
Is what it
seasons,
got
and
renewed on Vice, or is it still on FX?
um, I know the show on Vice. It might be FX, but you know what? I'm pretty sure it's like they're probably sister. They're owned by the same company or something. So I'm pretty
Maybe.
sure it's
I
like,
just wonder if it got, because sometimes they'll buy them out,
mm-hmm.
other networks or whatever.
As long as they don't do it strictly streaming. That's what I hate. Like when they do it strictly for like NBC Peacock or something, and I'm like, fuck, do I really have to
Yeah,
pay $10?
I know. I don't really like the pay stuff, but I'm kind of just becoming a sucker to it because some of the pay stuff's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the CBS All Access is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I really jumped on that. I just jumped on that last week because The Stand came out. They're
Mm-hmm.
redoing The Stand finally. They've been
Mm-hmm.
talking about doing it for 20 years. It went through battles of getting made in a movie house, and then it didn't. I mean, Ben Affleck was even casted, and so was Matthew McConaughey. It's crazy. Like it went in production like 2 or 3 times with different production companies. Finally, CBS was like, "We're just going to take it," because I think they owned it, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, "We're just going to make it for our platform," because at the time I don't think it existed yet. But I'm glad it's on a pay site because, like HBO, they have a lot more creative freedom and they can like cussing. It's not like governed by all the stupid rules of cable
Yeah.
TV, which is the only thing that hindered really a lot of the Stephen King miniseries back in like the 90s. Even though they were pretty good, I feel like it just obviously it wasn't to the caliber it could have been
Mm-hmm.
since it was on just regular TV.
Yeah.
So that is my main perk with a pay thing. But I'm with you because there's so many of them, and you really got to almost like you can't have them all.
Yeah.
I dance around with Netflix all the time. Like I personally don't really watch Netflix much. Steph watches it a lot, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool getting rid of it. But then we do other stuff, you know. So it's like I'm really honestly probably gonna get rid of my YouTube TV because the
Mm-hmm.
only reason I got it really was for sports,
Mm-hmm.
and well, we all know how that's going. So
Yeah.
I'm not really a basketball fan. I wish I was because it's starting up. Um, Football's not done, but definitely over for the Niners. I'm still gonna watch the game. It's on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
that'll be
they're pretty
interesting.
much got the Cowboys end up eliminating them, right?
No, they were done. Washington eliminated them the week before.
Oh, okay.
But we, by us not beating the Cowboys, that kept them alive for their playoffs contention.
Mm.
Which because their division has got such low. Football's weird this year. One
Mm-hmm.
conference is doing really well, the AFC, which is like the division the Chiefs are in, and the
Mm-hmm.
Steelers. They're like the top 2 teams. And then the NFC is just so randomly confusing because
Yeah.
there's like 3 or 4 teams that you would think are elite, but then they're just like good to great. And everyone in this conference has just been struggling this year. Like everyone thought, oh, Brady and the Buccaneers, and then everyone thought Drew Brees and the Saints. And it's like neither of those teams look like they're going to beat either of the AFC teams.
And the Patriots also are just tanking, right? Right now, that's what I
No,
got
I
read.
mean they're not actually. Yeah, basically they are because
Mm-hmm.
even though, because the weird thing about tanking, as I've learned over the years, what it truly means. I used to always think tanking was when they just didn't try and they lost,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so much more than that. It's really not on a player level at all because players play.
Mm-hmm.
It's really more on a front office and coaching decision because
Yeah.
basically they'll just choose to bench the talent and then just play the
Like,
backups and play the guys, and that's
yeah.
basically tanking because you're like, all right, there's no point in injuring our investments that are have no business being injured. You know, clearly we've already been the worst team with injuries this year, so
Yeah.
there's no point in bringing our quarterback back. There's no point in bringing our tight end back. Just finish the season as is. Next year will be a lot better because we'll clearly have the missing links that we've had that we didn't have this year. Which, you know what's funny though? The Niners are missing so many players on defense.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost an unrecognizable team,
Yeah.
and still they're ranked fifth in the
Overall.
red zone for defense.
Yeah. Even with this, well,
Even with
that's
this
cool, man.
roster. Well, exactly. And I'm like, yeah, we suck and we stink this year, but I mean, like 80% of our starters are out. Like
It's
it
funny.
bugs you a little less.
It's funny because that's exactly what was going on, with with Mexican soccer,
Yeah,
with the Mexican Soccer League. Like a lot of these teams, yeah, they're losing and they're behind, but a lot of these teams have been plagued with like COVID cases and like injuries and more injuries and just
right.
drama. So like they're still performing and they're still doing good, but like it's amazing because you see these players playing and you're like, who the hell's this guy? And like who's this person? And oh, that person plays for this team. It's kind of like, oh, I didn't know he was still around.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Like they
like
bring in they got depth.
yeah. So like for me the most interesting story in this past turn that just happened was this goalkeeper. He came down with COVID for
Hmm.
this team. And it's funny because this team actually Rob Schneider roots for this team. They're called the
Oh,
Tigers of
nice.
yeah,
Are they in
Tigres.
LA or something?
No, they're in Monterrey, Mexico.
Oh, well, yeah. You were saying Mexican soccer.
Yeah, it's cool. So Rob Schneider actually roots for this team because his wife is from that region.
Oh,
So
okay.
he and then of course he got all of the grown up cast also to like root for this Mexican team. So you have fucking Adam Sandler,
David
David
Spade,
Spade,
Nick
Tim
Swartzen.
Mello. You have all these fools with
Yeah.
like this Mexican soccer team jersey, which is awesome. But okay, so the goalkeeper came down with COVID.
Hmm.
They didn't have a backup keeper because they're like, no, this guy's just he's solid. He's
Right.
never gonna get injured. Came down with COVID. They had to rehire a 19-year-old kid from from the B squad
Right.
who they literally let go 2 weeks prior.
Uh huh.
So they fired him and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, by the way, never mind, we need you back because our main star is injured. So you had this 19-year-old kid who had no team,
Right.
goalkeeping on a professional level. So it was just it's been a wacky times for sports.
Yeah. You know what's funny? They do that in football all the time
Yeah.
because it'll be like they have like a thing called like a practice squad in the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically like you're not on the active roster, but I think you get 16 people,
Mm-hmm.
and they're there for that reason. They either are being tried out to make the team, or they're just a backup in case something goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I mean the Niners obviously dug deep into that this year.
Yeah.
We had like, dude, we got to a point where one week we had so many receivers injured and just on a COVID list. We had 3 receivers on a COVID list, which, by the way, was bullshit. The league was completely ridiculous for that. They didn't cancel our game, the Green Bay game on Thursday, but they canceled the Thursday game for Baltimore. They let them reschedule. They made us play with like no one on our team against Green Bay, and then we got
Yeah.
freaking slaughtered. But I mean, whatever.
That's
It's
just fucking favoritism,
It's
man.
bullshit, dude. It's like you don't even care about the health standards. I mean, even if whatever you think about these things, it's like at least do the same thing for everybody, right?
Yeah. Be consistent.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, we're also the only NFL team to get kicked out of our own township as well. So,
Yeah. So you
yeah.
guys are right
There's a
now
lot of controversy right now with the 49ers.
the Phoenix 49ers right now. You guys are sharing a
Temp
stadium in practice with
No, you're right. I think it is Phoenix. I was
well,
going to say Tempe.
Scottsdale.
No, you're right, Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
It's in a suburb, whatever.
You know what's funny? Like I say Phoenix, but like of course I'm so I'm sorry if I'm insulting anybody from the area, but yeah, like even Scottsdale, I'm like oh you mean Phoenix? It's like oh it's right there.
Well,
Or
yeah,
like
it's
Tampa
probably not
Bay
even right there, but who cares?
isn't the very is. I feel like that's how people feel like when they're like oh yeah I'm from Milpitas. Oh yeah San Jose.
You know, when people
Oh,
say they're from Arizona, the first thing that comes to my head, or the only thing that comes to my head,
Phoenix or
I mean, what's Arizona really predominantly known for? Spring
on
training, I would say,
yeah, spring training for
right?
baseball, the Grand Canyon,
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a pretty
and
big
the
thing.
only and and the airport because anytime I make any single flight, like I always
You
have to
always
change
transfer
planes right
there.
there in Phoenix. Yeah, at
I think I've
the
been there
Skyway
once.
Airport or whatever it's called, or the Air Harbor, whatever the nickname of that airport is.
But but kind of like to go on with this, I was just like, it's sad that, I mean, dude, I mean, it's kind of a snowball of annoying shit with this team. Like, first of all, the San Francisco 49ers, which at the time, I'm gonna get on my little soapbox right now.
Go
At,
ahead.
at the time, the mayor of San Francisco, Gavin Newsom, really didn't put forth much effort to try and keep the team in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really make it a priority, which kind of annoyed me because they really made a priority to bring the Warriors back. And I'm like, okay, but the Niners were in San Francisco
Yeah,
already. Whatever. So now they're in Santa Clara. Cool, whatever. I didn't have a problem with that. I grew up in San Jose. I was like, that's cool.
closer.
It's closer, whatever. All
Well,
these people from the city were bitched out, but I'm like, look, dude, there's so many teams don't even play in the same fucking city.
mm-hmm.
Patriots play in, I mean, they're called the New England Patriots. The New England isn't a state or an area, it's an area of the
Yeah.
country. Also, like Dallas plays in Arlington, and New York play in New Jersey. So,
Yeah.
they play in a completely different state. Granted, that's probably a 30-minute drive. It's still a separate state. So all I'm saying is like people, well, that bullshit just need to get over it.
Yeah.
But the thing that annoys me is, Santa Clara's been giving the Niners shit since the beginning, dude. Like, they built the stadium, then they were having concerts. So they had Taylor Swift, they had WrestleMania, and that's how these stadiums make their money back, because it costs
Mm-hmm.
billions of dollars to make, and that's how they make their money back. So it's annoying because then, I don't know if you remember this, but the city of Santa Clara was suing the team for noise ordinance violations with the concerts going past 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Past 10, and there was like, and even then, you're looking at was it like a $600 fine or like a
Well,
$800 fine? You
it's
mean to tell
just
me?
it's just annoying, dude, because it's like, this is why people were annoyed with this from the jump, because you're taking the Bay Area. It wasn't this when I grew up, but now it is this. It's a bunch of bitchy tech people, and it's literally gotten to that point, like, even with our sports fans, like, Niners fans were already kind of the, like, when you think of sports, rugged, old school sports fans, I think more of Raider fans than Niner fans, but that's just because now Niner fans have become this corporate thing because
Yeah.
of it being in Silicon Valley, because of it being in Santa Clara. And it's just this annoying stigma. And it sucks because I don't feel like, to be honest with you, the way the Niners organization has been treated by the state of California and the Bay Area, I
Mm-hmm.
honestly, ownership wise, I don't see why they even. I'd be like, fuck California, we're leaving.
Yeah.
And remember we talked about this before. Like, would you follow your team if they left? I said not really, but if the team got chased out,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, I would support them because the region screwed them over, not the team.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is stupid.
Kind of like with the Raiders. Kind of what happened with the Raiders a little bit.
No, no, because the owner wanted to leave and the owner wanted to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas we're not doing anything. They're just telling us we can't play football in
Mm-hmm.
Santa Clara.
Because
You can
yeah.
play it everywhere else. You can play it in LA, which, by the way, from what I've been reading, Los Angeles County has way worse cases than the Bay Area.
Yeah, they got a way higher
The
cases.
Chargers and the Rams are still playing in their stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just odd to me. Once again, with COVID, even though it's sports related, nothing matches. Nothing is even.
Well,
It's hard to believe anything anymore.
even Sounds like State, like the players got in trouble. They went ahead and played last week the Western
Right. They probably got
whatever
mad at him for
division.
celebrating or whatever.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, they're supposed to come back in quarantine before, but now they're gonna go back. I think back to Arizona to play like some sort of bowl pretty soon. Um, and now they might not even be able to go to that bowl because of all restrictions and shit. So they're like, San Jose State's like, dude, we made these plans and we had special permission to go and play these games and come back and let our
Wait, so the
players come
state's
visit the
telling them
family.
no?
Yeah, it's the state and the
Dude.
county apparently going down to tell them that all these regulations
You
and
know,
stuff
a
like
lot of
that.
people don't really get what's happening right now, but the state of California is chasing a lot of people out, and it's not good for anything.
Hmm.
It's not. Like, right now, we're kind of like, oh, whatever, who cares? But yeah, when your economy crashes because you have no industry, I mean, we do, but we have industry like everyone else. The unique industry we had, which was like Oracle and Tesla, they're gone.
Hmm.
California politicians chased them out. Now that money's getting put in elsewhere, and it's like, thanks. There goes, it's just annoying. And then it's
Hmm.
like, but they're chasing out consumers, they're chasing out people. I read an article, it said 200,000 people moved out of California in 2020 so far.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't because, dude,
It's
honestly,
already been on
like,
the decline, but due to COVID stuff, it just pushed people, even more people. It's the cost of living, it's the
yeah.
politics, it's everything, dude. Not everyone feels the same way, and I think people kind of really finally reached their boiling point with a lot of this stuff.
And I hope that my main thing about California is just like, dude, I mean, it's probably not the case, but here in San Jose,
Hmm.
where I'm comfortable, where I grew up, and where I don't see myself living anywhere else,
Yeah,
is so expensive to live here. Like, it's
yeah,
so expensive. And same thing, I'm like, seeing how much houses are like in Nevada, in like Las Vegas, or like in Phoenix or in surrounding areas, in freaking
right.
Albuquerque and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, like, it's attractive. It's very attractive to move to these places. Like, it's attractive to move to, like, you know Kansas, to Kansas. Idaho. Well, Idaho now is becoming super expensive. Is becoming more expensive because they have these Californians
That's true,
over
dude.
there.
That's a good point. Because if you look at areas like Boise, it's not that cheap anymore.
Yeah,
Plus, it's a
same thing.
college town too. So,
Like, I went over to when I was in Denver. I'm like, oh, I can dig this. Like, I can live in Denver. And then I saw like the
uh
prices,
huh.
and like,
It's not much
they're
different,
cheaper. They're cheaper than here in San Jose, but
but
they're
not
not that cheaper.
not
You know?
not two states over. You would think cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. So,
It's like, yeah, like almost valley price. Basically, a little more than valley pricing.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
So it's like essentially, because that's the thing. Like, I love when people compare living prices to San Francisco. I'm like, okay, cool. SF and Manhattan are like two most expensive places to live in the world. So sure,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's
good,
like it's Dubai,
yeah,
Manhattan, San Francisco.
yeah. But that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, of course, but it's like, but like the average cost of living, like even though it's hell expensive to live in Cali, like there's houses that you just can't live like in the Bay.
Yeah.
Because if you live in like the valley and shit, you can live in Cali for a reasonable price, but you are
Mm-hmm.
compromising location.
You're compromising, the
Convenience and
comforts, the comfortings. I don't know how,
oh yeah,
but yeah,
the amenities.
yeah, amenities. There you go. But you know what? You're saying, Oracle was the biggest one moving. A lot of these companies like Twitter, Apple, Google, like the big executives are saying like, "Yo, you can work from home." Like, a lot of them are saying you can just work from home even after COVID. Like, it's probably going to cut down their expansions as far as like making new buildings, cut
Well,
down
yeah,
them
but
providing
it's easy for
facilities.
a
So
company like Twitter to work from home versus like a production company like Tesla or I mean, dude, they
yeah,
don't even. I mean, they literally just have servers and IT people probably at Twitter. I don't even know
yeah,
what their departments consist of, but yeah, I mean,
or accountants and shit.
yeah, I
Yeah, but my point is, like, a lot of them are, because of that. A lot of these tech people are moving back to, like, originally where they're from.
well,
Originally
Well,
the
dude,
states
it's
they're from
it's
and
it's
shit.
because it's the same argument. Companies don't want to pay the land prices either. Like you can
Yeah,
go. I mean, even Steph's company is moving. Why be in Cali when you can go out of state? I mean, it's just even for businesses, it doesn't make sense.
Mhm.
You got huge tax breaks in some of these states for
Mhm.
companies that could save you like thousands or who knows how much. I mean, it's just we're here. People are in Cali for a reason, and that reason is kind of dwindling. So it's like I think that's why a lot of people are changing up because people like me and you are changing up because they're like, if we're inside all the time, then what does it matter if I live in San Francisco or Modesto? I'm in my house all day.
Yeah.
And I get that argument. That is stupid to pay $2,000 a month when you can, when all you can do is stay inside.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, like San Francisco never really like attracted me to live there.
No.
Like the whole, it never really attracted me to live there. Um, but yeah, I mean, what's the point of paying so much? And it's funny to go back to what we were saying about like losing identities and stuff like that. I feel like San Francisco, when you see like early 90s, prior, early 90s and before that 49ers, you think of like rugged working class people,
Yeah.
and now when I think San Francisco, I'm like, I'm surprised if I see any rugged working class people. It's like
Well, yeah,
we're
it's mostly
just
like
not there.
homeless or just like a bunch of techie hipsters.
Yeah, young professionals. And same thing with like, well, Oakland, I still feel like it has that rugged, that working class kind of feel to it. Um
Yeah, Oakland's it does because it's got the port still, and it's got like a lot of like working class type jobs in East Oakland. I mean, I used to work in one of them too. Um,
mhm.
but yeah, no, I agree. Um, and that's kind of why I was making the reference to the Raiders because I kind of thought like that fan base, even though like it's different now that they're out of state, but when they were in Oakland, I always kind of looked up to the Raiders just because they kind of were like that old school, like rough and tough kind of city, and that but it's been a long time, and it's just that's the image I think a lot of people want with the sports team.
just just that, yeah, the rough and kind of like misfit style, or like,
Yeah,
misfit style of no bells and whistles, no glamour. Like the only other team I can think of when I think of
kind of
that
like
is like
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. I was going to say Cleveland Browns also.
Yeah.
Maybe like the Browns, just working class,
Oh yeah,
super
yeah.
like,
Cleveland. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah.
100%. You're right.
But yeah, definitely
Cleveland,
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, they're both like. I mean, Pittsburgh's like a steel mining town, so for sure.
Yeah,
And then
Green Bay maybe.
yeah, Green Bay. Basically, all the old teams like
Yeah.
Chicago.
Any team that hasn't got a new stadium in the last 20 years.
Dude, yeah. Well, fuck. Green Bay hasn't had a new stadium since the fucking 40s or 50s.
Yeah,
Lambeau's hella
Lambeau Field.
old.
Yeah,
It's just fucking
because
concrete.
even like Chicago, like, yeah, the Bears, same thing. I think of like old school, you know,
Yeah, I don't think
rough.
Soldier Field's that old, but it's
But
pretty
yeah,
old too.
but Soldier Field, it has to be like early 2000s.
No, I think it actually is older than that.
Really?
I
Okay.
might be wrong, but I want to say it's a little older than that, I think, but maybe.
But I tell you one thing: when I think of Seattle Seahawks, I don't think of like the rugged, rugged people and working class people. It is what it
No.
is. But
I mean, you know what you kind of get? You get like you really don't, but you kind of think, okay, it's a fishing town, so there are some hardcore dudes. But then if you
mm-hmm.
ever go to Seattle, yeah, it's almost like San Francisco. It's just a bunch
Yeah,
of like a lot more white people though.
yeah.
The Pacific Northwest is not quite as diverse.
But I like, for some reason, I really like the Pacific Northwest. Like
Yeah.
I've been in Portland a lot, and like Oregon, the Oregon Washington kind of
Yeah,
borders,
it's
and I really like
cool.
it.
I want to visit more and see how I like it. Cuz I
Even
don't know if
even
I want
Vancouver,
to. Huh?
Canada
Oh,
is
I've been to
pretty.
Yeah, I've been there and I've been to Victoria. It was really
Mm-hmm.
nice. Super nice out there. I really liked it. It was very lush, very green when I went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very very nice and chill. for the
I
summertime.
had some poutine when I went to Canada. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's like a must.
Did you like it? You liked it too, yeah?
Yeah, it's not bad, not bad stuff.
It's different, but it's not like weird.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
don't think
basically
I.
cheese, gravy, and fries.
Yeah, I don't think I had anything weird. I'm like, anything
Yeah,
like just Canadian candy, Canadian chips, like flavors that you don't get over here. And
yeah,
one thing I did notice when I was in Canada was I didn't realize how much of an American I was until I was there.
yeah,
And the reason I say that is because like here when we're driving, we see the light is green and then it turns yellow. What
yeah.
do you do as soon as it turns yellow?
Well,
Like
now that I
me
have
from
kids, I stop.
now, okay, I'm the opposite,
Well,
but
of
I don't have
course,
kids.
yeah.
I see green, and then as soon as it turns
And then
yellow, I'm
you
like,
speed through.
shit.
Or if the kids aren't
Yeah,
in the car, sometimes. Well, if I'm in Oakland, it depends.
I kind of see
You got to
it.
be
I'm like,
careful.
okay, I can hella pass it
Yeah,
when it's still
I
yellow.
got you.
Obviously, I'm not gonna gun it.
You can
If,
kind of
if I'm not
tell.
gonna make it. Yeah. So I did that like two or three times when I was in Canada, and I was noticing that I was the only one like taking it in yellow. It took me like a while to realize all these cars were like slowing down. So when
Yeah,
like the light will still be yellow and these cars were already like in the complete stop,
yeah,
waiting for the red. And I'm like, what the fudge? Or like even making a left when there was like hella traffic. Like people were literally like stop traffic so you can get into making a left. I'm like that's unheard of here
yeah,
in California.
absolutely.
Unheard of. What's up with this kindness?
I can't start it because it's going to take 10 years before people catch on.
Yeah.
You'd be the only one doing it. And see, that attitude is why it doesn't change.
Why break tradition, Cooper? Why
Yeah.
break tradition?
You know what tradition I break? No,
Which one?
no, what I was going to say is like, no, it's true, but I'm not going to change the world, Danny. So you know what I do? I just mind my own business.
You just keep it quiet. You hold
It's
it
not
in. You
true at
shove
all.
it up the
That is
pipe.
the opposite of how I am. I'm so opinionated.
Yeah. No, but it's funny because we've been having this conversation with several of my friends lately, and it's like the way we're set up here in the United States, the way we were brought up, and the way that we were taught at school is that yes, everybody can make a change, but
Yeah.
realistically, we feel like our opinions and our we can bitch and moan all we want,
Hmm.
but we're not gonna see any change. We're not gonna see
Yeah.
anything,
It
and it's
changes a
kind of
lot of
like
work.
yeah, and then you just kind of accept it what it is, and you just smile and accept it, and you kind of move on. And is a very depressing way of seeing life.
That's probably the mindset Danny DeVito had during right before those rape scenes.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, whatever is a paycheck. I can't do anything about it.
Dude, that's probably, dude. You know, I mean, you know what's fun though is like he's older, and
Yeah,
I think when you get older, I think you just start to have a little more fun and do everything you want to do.
yeah,
But it is funny to think like if he has grandkids and he's like, "So, Grandpa, what have you?
yeah.
Can we see any of your work?" And he
And
just
and then
pulls
I
out
can,
Sonny.
yeah, and it better be the first episode of him when he's like wrestling and like
Oh,
Roddy,
against the
Roddy Piper
girls.
comes on it. Yeah,
Wait, was it? It was the wrestling at the bar, right? In the pool or something. The
I
little
think
inflatable
so. I just
pools.
remember, um, uh, Roddy Piper came out and he got like shanked in the neck or something, and then
Roddy Piper.
yeah, and then there's like another, and then like the three dudes like they were dressed like eagles or something. They look super like Eagles of Freedom or something they were called. Or oh, they did like a wrestling event for the troops.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was.
No, no, now I remember.
It's just
Yeah, the writing is pretty good on that show.
fantastic, fantastic. Well deserved for 13th or whatever 20th season they're in already.
Oh God, yeah, I don't know.
It's just something to keep up,
Did
but
you get all
great
your?
writing.
Are you done with all your Christmas shopping?
Yeah, yeah. I'm all done with it. I'm not really gifting that much to anybody, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like just my immediate family because I am like I was telling you earlier, I am leaving to Mexico
Hmm.
for about a week. That's my little vacation, a little treat for
Nice.
myself. Um I'm leaving on Saturday on the 26th, Boxing Day, if you will, if
Yep.
you're British. And I'm
Or
coming back on the
yeah.
2nd, so I can go back to work or do online schooling again on that Monday or Tuesday when we come back. But yeah, it's just like the main one's always like my mom and my dad. Like my dad, I bought him his plane ticket to go to Mexico, and then
Yeah, that's a good gift.
yeah, because I bought my ticket round trip back in August maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad the next week he's like, oh man, I kind of want to. He says a good deal. He's like, can you buy it for me and I'll transfer you the money, when when everyone like, oh yeah, sure,
Right.
whatever, dad. And then he goes, I think like 2 or 3 weeks later, he's like, hey, when he got paid, he's like, hey, how much owe you for the ticket? And I'm like, oh, it was, I'm like, it was whatever. I was looking up the price. I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm like, don't worry about it. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. And like, it's not killing me. I had
Yeah.
money to pay. I'm like, well, dude, don't worry about it. Merry Christmas, whatever. And I'm like, that was my dad's gift. And then, my mom, she's a special lady. She will take you to the store and she'll tell you, I want you to buy me that right now.
Oh, that's chill.
Eh,
You should know
It's
what to
super
get.
chill. So every year I buy her a perfume. That's her thing.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
and it's never the bargain ones. It has to be fucking Chanel or some
Yeah.
fucking super expensive. So same thing. Like this, like we went last week, and she's like, "Oh, I want that." You're like, "I want that one." It's like a fucking Chanel, whatever, with something else, like 170 for like a bottle of fucking perfume. And I'm like, "Why, mom?" And then like she's like, "Oh, and then I'm gonna buy this purse." And like she also wanted a purse like on the side. I'm like,
Yeah.
just fuck it. I'm already spending X amount of money. Might as well throw
Did you
in.
did you feel like how your dad probably felt when he was younger?
Probably just like at this point, she's like, fuck it. Just I guess I won't treat myself today. Go
Yeah. Guess
fuck
we're not
it.
eating dinner.
Yeah. So my mom, like, all I know, I spent like not that much. Well, I mean, it's a lot, but it's not like super. It's not ridiculous. I pretty much
Yeah.
paid the same amount for my dad's.
That's
I
true.
think my mom's
Your dad had definitely
presents.
had much more of a practical gift, but
Yeah, or my mom's like, it's a perfume,
I don't know
and
how
like
much perfume and purse your dad would. Yeah, he probably wouldn't
need
get much
no. All
mileage
I
out
know,
of that.
I think for my mom, I paid like 250 or something for her gift,
Yeah.
for her gifts, I should say. I'm like, whatever, mom. And then like my brothers are like, nope, $30 and under for you, for you bastards.
That's
Um,
hilarious. To like cha
yeah.
cha cha chia.
And then I'm lucky that Juan is in Mexico already, so he's not getting a present. So that,
You're gonna see
but
him in like 3 days or whatever.
yeah, but Christmas will be over by then. So
But you guys are brothers. You
yeah,
should care. No, I don't
it's okay.
know.
It's okay.
Like we see
Actually,
each other enough.
he kind of ripped me off right before he left. Like
Oh,
typical Juan. Put his
oh.
ass on blaster
Just
now.
take some money and leave the country, huh?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Juan. Juan knows that. So I use Suavecito for my hair.
Yeah.
Juan also uses Suavecito, and he knows that I always end up buying hella Suavecitos for Black Friday
Yeah.
because they usually have like buy one get one free or buy two get two free. They
Yeah.
have some ridiculous deal. So yeah, Black Friday came around. I bought like 4 or 5 of this pomade. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good for like a couple of months or something.
Yeah.
The day before, he leaves, or like hours before he leaves, barges into my room and he's like, hey, I'm like, fuck, wait, I'm like, this fool either wants money,
Hey,
or he wants, yeah, I'm like, this fool either wants money or he wants something. He's being too nice. He's being too cool right
you heard
now.
about mom getting the perfume. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's like, hey, no, this is before my mom
Yeah.
got but he's like, hey, and he sees him. He knows exactly where I hide him, and I'm looking at him right now. And he goes,
Hey,
"Oh, that's exactly." He kind of reached over and he goes, he opens up. He opens like, "Hey, I forgot to get my own suavecito, and I'm really low. I only have like it's not gonna be enough for like for the 3 weeks I'm gonna be there, or the month." He's like, "What's up, fool?" I'm like, "Dude, it's brand new." He's like, "I
hey,
know, fool."
you should have been like, how much is it worth to you?
Hey, Coop, I tried. I tried. I'm
No,
like,
Danny,
listen,
but you tried. That's the problem.
I'm
You got to
all
get
Juan.
up there. You got to slap it out of his hand.
No, I'm like, he barged in like at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh
You
yeah, I don't
know?
know. I can't.
Yeah, I'm
What the
like,
fuck? Were you
fuck.
even awake?
This fool, he was wide awake, still packing his bag. Still, like he was gonna leave
I
like at
need
four
I need
o'clock.
pomade.
Yeah, he was like, no, he was like packing up his bag just at that time. He was gonna leave at 4 o'clock in the morning with his father-in-law, drive down to Mexico, and he's just packing his bag like 2 hours before he leaves or something.
Oh,
And he's like, and he goes like, hey, so I'm gonna hold on to this. He's like, I'm gonna hold on to this, but it's cool because now you don't have to take one when you go. So it
yeah.
was like, oh,
It's
he's
such a
doing me a
burden.
favor. Yeah. And I'm like, no, fuck you. He's like, come on, Danny. I didn't have time to go buy any. He's like, the malls are all closed. I'm like, short order online or like on Amazon. It should arrive like 2 days. Like, come on, fool. I'm like, whoa, I'm gonna listen. Brand new, they're like $12, 12.99. After taxes and everything, they're about $15. I'm gonna cut you a deal. I'm gonna just give me $10. We'll call it even. He goes, fool, you're really gonna charge me $10? You're really gonna charge me $10? And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, dude, just fucking
No,
take
but
it.
it's
Just
funny
give
if
it
you're
to
all
me.
1150.
1152.
Keep talking. Numbers gonna keep going up.
Coop, you understand how much of a mama's boys we are?
No,
Because
I'm putting that together now.
yeah, no, you don't understand how much of a mama's boys we
I
are,
wish you
dude.
guys fought more. That makes some interesting conversations.
We can. I mean, we argue.
But if
Sure, we
like I don't
argue.
want
We
you guys to
shout.
hurt each other, but it would be funny though if like he came in your room and he's like, hey, and then you just were like
No,
clocked him.
dude. You know what I should have done? I should have freaking. I should have. I knew it was coming. Coop. The thing is, I knew it was coming. I knew it was only a matter of time. He was gonna barge into my room and ask for it.
Yeah.
I should have hit him. I should have
Yeah.
hit him and be like, oh, dude, yeah, I forgot to order some.
Or
I should
sometimes
have
it's
done
the
that.
element of distraction.
I should have done that. I
You know you
forgot
need to
to
start
too.
doing since you're a lover, not a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
You need to start booby trapping your room.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I mean,
But
it's getting to that point.
Kevin McAllister style. But
Yeah.
it's just funny because, dude, Coop said no, and he knows I have extra. He would have called my mom right away. He would call my mom, and my mom would call me.
Wait, even now?
Yes,
He does that shit now?
Coop, we're mama's boy. Like,
Oh,
you should have like my sister and my sister-in-law hate us because he's like, dude, you guys are such mama boys.
I think I would hate you guys too.
like,
I
like,
think I'm on the team. I think I'm on the with the women now.
yeah,
I'd
no,
be like,
like,
this is irritating.
dude, I was there once, dude, when he got into an argument with my sister over
Yeah,
something. It doesn't even matter. It was like over
right.
something. So my sister hangs up on Juan and was just like, "Fuck that," he's been an asshole.
Yeah.
30 seconds
Oh,
later,
because your mom calls. I bet.
yeah, 30 seconds later, my mom calls and she goes, "Why are you being mean to Juan?"
Oh, yeah.
Like, are you? And my
You know what's
sister's like,
funny that your mom has got his back so much to the
"Yeah,
point where she even won't even acknowledge the fact that it's a one-sided
yeah."
story.
No, and it doesn't. Juan at this point, he's like mid 20s,
Yeah.
24, 26,
Well,
25.
well past the point of needing to use mom to
Yeah,
to
no,
win this one.
he still called mom to tell her
Jesus.
what was going on. Then my mom calls my sister and yells at my sister for being, and my sister's like, I can't believe Juan is such a fucking mama's boy. Like, who calls his mom for a fight? Like,
Dude.
he's a grown ass man with a kid and a wife.
You
Like, who calls
know what?
his
Do you know? I mean, because well, see, that's the problem though. Is he has power because of that, but
Yeah.
would be funny because I'm just a piece of shit. I would be like, hey, you know what? Why don't you just, why don't you just go ahead and take it, man? Because you're probably gonna tell mom, and then she's probably gonna tell me to give it to you anyway. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Why don't you just take it? Because you're gonna do that. But see, like I would poke it, and then he'd probably
Yeah.
end up telling on me, and then I'd get in trouble anyway.
He'll have no shame on it. He'll
Yeah.
have no shame about it too. He's like, all right, cool, man.
Well, he's basically mafiaed up with your mom.
It really is, dude.
So what are you gonna do?
Is horrible, dude. Okay, and I mean I'm guilty for it too. Like, we manipulate the situation where we're like, mom is the head honcho, so
Yeah.
we all try to be good with mom,
Right.
and we're basically when we're on our mom's
Main
good
man.
side, we're
Yeah.
made man.
She's like Don
We're untouchable.
Corleone.
We're untouchable, baby. You know, like we're made untouchable by anyone.
Dude, that's funny though. But you know what? I as much as I'm clowning on it, it's all
Mhm.
like family
Yeah.
friendly. Well, it is friendly family banter, even though at the
Yeah,
time it
it
probably
really
wasn't taken that
it
way.
really goes down to it, yeah. But
Because later it'll be something it is laughed about and shit.
yeah, so I was just like, God damn it, dude! Like, really? Who goes like? You really forgot? No, you knew I had some, and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna take one from Danny,
Mhm.
and then
Wait,
he
did he
ends up.
threaten when you were kind of asking about the $10? Was he kind of like was he like pointing at his phone and shit when he was kind of like
No, no, he was
sure about
like,
that,
no, he was just
mom?
like,
I think I hear
no,
mom calling.
no. He made me seem like I was being the asshole.
No, I know, but then it'd be funny
No,
if you're like, oh, you really gonna charge me? Oh, well,
yeah,
maybe I'll just call mom and then
no, no, no. That was
who's
just
gonna
like,
charge who?
fool. You're really gonna charge me,
Yeah.
fool? Really? Come on, fool. Like,
No, but
what
I
the hell
bet
you
you he
need?
was. You know how the old phones, the flip phones,
Yeah.
how you would pull it out in your pocket and call while it's in your pocket. He's like, "You
No,
sure about that?" And he's like, "You can
no,
hear your mom
knowing
talking in his
no,
pocket."
no. Juan will step out of my room,
Yeah,
make the telephone call, and say how much of an asshole I am. And then my mom will call me, or my mom will go in because my mom gets home like a little bit later.
yeah.
Um, so she'll walk into my room when I'm asleep, and she'll just take it. My mom will just take it.
Jesus.
Just where's mafia out
So
here?
okay, so clearly your brother is the favorite. I'm getting that vibe.
Um, y-
I,
I'm gonna say he is
I'm gonna
because,
say so based on everything I've heard.
but
Clearly not your sister because she didn't even get a fair shake.
no. Okay, so my my siblings all say that I'm my dad's favorite.
Yeah, but who's your
And
mom's favorite?
so my mom's favorite, it has to go down to the youngest one. I'm
Which
not
is
sure if
your
you ever met our
oh
youngest brother.
which is not one.
No, it's Rosendo.
Hmm.
The one who lives in San Francisco. He that's by far my mom's favorite. Like that is my mom's and my dad's like
So
favorite.
is he aware of the power he holds?
He is extremely aware
Is he
that he's the
corrupt
favorite.
with the
He's
power?
100% corrupt. He's
Oh, okay, you guys are
100%
screwed.
like he knows that he's like
Yeah,
he know
the golden
this kid.
child.
Okay, okay, this kid, this fucking asshole. He lives in San Francisco. He lives on 19th Street in Vincent
Dang, what is
or Vicente or something.
that like the Sunset District or something?
Oh, it's by like San Francisco State. That's all I
Oh
know.
yeah,
Like
that's
the
nice
beach.
out there.
Yeah, yeah. So he lives and he thinks he made it. He like,
Yeah,
oh, I live in the city, blah blah.
yeah.
I'm like, no, motherfucker, you live in a freaking garage converted into a one bedroom studio or something
And
like
you pay
that.
$1,200 for it. Yeah,
He
something.
probably, yeah, yeah. So whatever. So he's out there. He gets sick. He gets sick out there, and this is like when like the city was gonna go into like lockdown once again.
Hmm.
So it became the whole toilet paper dilemma once again.
Oh yeah,
So he couldn't go. He couldn't go get any because there was no toilet paper. So he called my sister to take some toilet paper from the house here, like
yeah,
4 or 5, 4 or 6 rolls, and drive it to him to San Francisco. My
yeah,
sister said, like, dude, you fucking serious? You really think I'm gonna drive to San Francisco just to drop you off some fucking toilet at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, like when there's gonna be hella traffic? Like,
yeah.
my sister straight up said no, and he got pissed off. He got so pissed off, called my mom saying, I don't understand why my brothers, no one has my fucking back. That's why I don't like him.
Yeah.
That's why I like going to San Jose. No, and I'm like, dude, you're crying because we didn't want to drive to San Francisco, drop you off some toilet
You know
paper.
how
I'm like,
annoying this story. You know how
he,
you know how annoyed I am right now listening to this.
that's my
It's
youngest. That's
tough
how
for me
baby
right
he
now.
is,
It's
dude.
tough for me.
Yeah, because
Life is going to hurt you so bad
yeah,
when you don't know how to go to a store and buy
yeah.
your own toilet paper.
No, it's not that he couldn't go to the store, but he was sick, so he couldn't go to the. I'm
Once
like, dude,
again, no
yeah,
excuse, dude.
yeah,
Sick people go to the store all the
yeah.
fucking time.
So when he came, I was just giving him shit about it. I'm like, dude, Chet. I'm like, we call him Cheto. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
you honestly think we're gonna drive like an hour away? I'm like, well, you would have. I'm like, you wouldn't have done that shit. He's like, yeah, I would. I'm like, dude,
When have you done it?
yeah, exactly. I'm like,
When
dude,
was the last time you did it?
you would never,
Yeah.
never go, dude.
No.
I'm like, come on, dude.
No, because
So
people that ask for shit like that and expect you to do it never do stuff like that for
no,
anybody. Because
never.
someone who does stuff like that wouldn't ask you to do it
Yeah,
because they would already have done it.
consider it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Or they
considerate.
would consider your time and be like, yeah, why would I ask them to do it? They're doing their own
Yeah,
shit and they live
yeah,
60 miles away from me.
yeah.
Dude,
So
that's so
I
far.
mean, God bless his little heart. I love that
Well,
kid.
yeah, he's your brother.
Yeah, I love him. He's a great kid. He's very talented actually. Very apparently my little brother's a successful DJ. Who
Yeah.
the fucking know?
He's got
Talking
some
about
got some humility to gain though. That's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, he was talking about how he got asked to go to Mexico City and play like a music festival last year, and same thing like going to Japan and playing a music festival. Who knew? This
Yeah.
motherfucker he's a fucking big time. Whatever.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
But you know
cool.
what
But
you know what though? With any success story, and it doesn't sound like he's had a lot of it, you need a little more struggle, bro.
yeah.
If you
So
got to call your sister for some toilet paper, you ain't got no struggle, bro.
so I'm pretty sure he'll grow out of it,
Oh
and
yeah, I'm
he,
sure. I mean, how old
he
is he?
he's
Early 20s?
oh dude, maybe yeah, has to be.
Oh, that's why. 20
He
somethings are the worst, dude.
like 23. He just finished college. He
Ugh.
just graduated college, so 23, 24
Dude,
ish.
20 somethings are probably my least favorite age group right now because
Mm-hmm.
of well, what I'm doing right now with work, but it's just
Yeah,
not my favorite age, dude.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like completely helpless but very cocky and it's like, "Cool. You have two terrible qualities about you."
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a
But
common thing. It's like no one knows better and I want to
yeah.
work. I want to get paid, but I don't want to work. Dude, I've seen
Mm-hmm.
that attitude so much with that age group, and I'm just like, damn, dude, I am getting older because I hate people now.
And
I hate
you
young
know what?
people.
We're probably like that, dude.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I wasn't as dependent, but as far as being like obnoxious and like immature and wanting to do shit and drinking a lot, yeah, for
Yeah,
100%.
expecting things. He was here over the weekend, and I dragged him. I'm like, dude, I'm like, just come with me. I annoyed him to the point where I made him go to like Total Wines with me or something.
Oh yeah, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I annoyed him. I guilted him. He's like, fine, let's go.
That's funny.
But
Like, that's not even like a lame place to go to.
yeah, but he was just like he didn't want to go. He was like comfy at the at the in his house in his old room.
Yeah,
I guilted him. He's like, all right, fine. And but you can tell like he was stoked to like whatever
yeah.
goes plays. So we get there and he goes on the way. He's like, fool, you're gonna have to buy me something. He's like, you know that, right? He's like, your cause for me. He's like, if I see that Stone Cold Steve Austin beer, you're gonna buy it for me. You have to. You have to. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. I'm like, sure. Lo and behold, yeah, there was like, we got like a 4 pack of the Broken Skull
Yeah, IPA.
IPA, which is not bad beer, and
Yeah,
then also picked up a couple of the Deftones White Pony
nice.
ones. So he also tried it. So yeah, it was kind of cool. Like that was his reward. Like I'm like, all right, you take two, and I keep two of the IPAs, and he took two. He took because we only bought two of the Deftones ones, so he took one, and I have the other one here. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
So
no, it's fun to like go to like a Bevmo or a Total Wine. They got a lot of beer and wine. It's cool to look through.
yeah,
Um,
definitely have to go back. I picked up another Iron Maiden one, not the same one, not the Trooper one, but it's like a different one made
okay.
of like sake yeast, which is it was good. I like the other Trooper one better.
Yeah.
But then there was a Def Leopard one. I think it was called Half Leopard because it was like a half of
Well,
one
that's
of them.
kind of cool.
So I have to go back and pick that up now.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of more my speed right now too. It's a little more the middle road.
Yeah,
Not too bitter.
yeah, yeah. And that's the cool thing about the Deftones and even like the Stone Cold one. Like you still have the IPA taste of it,
Yeah.
but it's not like overpowering bitter or like
Yeah,
super
it's not
hopped.
like
It's
too
just
bitter.
yeah, it's just is it's there, but it's not overpowering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know we're getting it a little short this week because we actually the main reason I was cutting it short this week too is because I got some family over. Um,
Yeah.
but I know you got your thing next week, so I mean, overall, it's the holiday season. So whoop de whoop. No, I'm kidding. But don't forget. Yeah, but I always change the lyrics into something inappropriate and stuff. Always gets annoyed at me. But
yeah. I was
it rhymes with Doc.
what the fuck was I singing earlier? That doesn't even um oh it was the Paul McCartney one, the simply having a wonderful
Wonderful
Christmas.
Christmas time. Yeah, the
At the end it goes
music's
like,
loud.
yeah. So there's a part like I don't know what the fuck I was saying, but I'm like,
Yeah,
the music's loud and we're all the joy. The music's loud and that's what's up. Simply and that
you're just
like
like
imagine,
bullshitting the lyrics,
yeah. Like when the hell would freaking Sir Paul McCartney say, and that's what's up? Like
and
that's
that's what's
such
up.
like East Side San Jose.
Yeah,
Like, oh, that's what's up. Like
yeah,
when the fuck did Sir Paul McCartney say that kind of shit? But flipping around Christmas songs is a great hobby.
it's fun. And I
Yeah,
always replace them with vulgar words.
you have to.
Yeah, she doesn't get it, but she will, or she'll
Like,
learn that it's not going to change.
I have these gifts for you, and they're up in my bum.
Oh yeah, well, have you heard the one? What was it? Walk around in Winter Wonderland, but it's walking
Yeah.
around in women's underwear.
No.
That's a
I'm
pretty
gonna
good
start
one.
singing it. Walk around in women's underwear.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't
You're
go
a
wrong,
bitch ass.
Mister
You're a
Bitch,
bitch ass. Mr. Grinch.
Mister Bitch. Yeah,
You're such a fucking ass. It's
yeah,
just like
that's pretty good.
yeah.
You're a big fat piece of shit that smells like I don't know.
Yeah. Mr. Grinch. Fuck you's on sight when I see you on the street. It's
I
like
wouldn't touch you with a 35.5 inch cock. What?
Dill doing falls in
35
the
and a half inch cock. That's got to be
street.
a record.
Yeah,
Around.
yeah, circumference. But
Circum-
no, no.
That's what they call me.
Hey, why are we talking about penises if we're trying to be all sincere over here?
Because I'm jealous, Danny. I'm lacking in that department. Damn it. And I didn't want to say that on here, but you know what? Here I am.
There, you
This
want the
is my
truth.
platform, and here I am, sad and
You want the
below
truth. You
average,
can't
just like
handle
my
the truth.
GPA in high school.
You can't handle the truth, damn it. So here it is. No, but
I'm rocking a 2.5 GPA down there, and there's nothing to brag about. All right.
hey, I was at
Actually,
1.98,
2.5
so
is above average.
I was at 1.98, just slightly
Yeah,
under.
I was gonna say I'm a little below, so it's maybe 1.72.
I took the community college route rather than the
I took night school. I got me a couple inches.
woo,
Woo, barely made it.
woo,
Woo, feeling
the
good.
average, woo.
Oh, feeling good. Barely
But
made the
no,
cut.
dude, like, yeah, it's funny because I feel like everybody in the podcasting world, like today is like the last day. Like everybody's kind of saying
Taking a little break.
yeah, the little break for the next week and a
Well,
half kind
I mean,
of situation.
the Jews are done with their holiday.
Yep.
The Christians are almost done. The Catholics are almost done. I don't know anyone who celebrates Kwanzaa.
I don't even know what the heck Kwanzaa is.
I don't think
I
it's
know
real.
what it is,
I
but
don't. I think. I don't think it's real.
we're not gonna get that's different.
I'm just kidding.
That's
It's on a
that's
calendar, but that's about as fucking real as I've seen it.
we're not very familiar with Kwanzaa.
Everything related to Kwanzaa in my childhood was so appropriated. It looked like the cast of Gullah Gullah Island, and I was just like, I don't believe that this is real. I feel like it's a bunch of white people that feel like they need to include black culture, and they don't know anything about it because I don't even know anyone. I don't even know any black people that celebrate Kwanzaa.
No.
I know African people. I know people, their parents are straight up from Eritrea, Ethiopia. Dude,
Ghana.
they don't celebrate Kwanzaa.
No, they're mostly.
So what the fuck is Kwanzaa, bro? Someone needs to email us and tell us what the hell it is.
They're either Christian or Catholic.
Yeah.
Or they're Muslims.
It's true. because
Yeah,
that's all based on who colonized that area that they were in.
yeah. So we're not sure where Kwanzaa is.
No one knows.
But my emoji, I do have a black Santa Claus just to piss people off.
I mean, I think the only person you'd piss off would be like a like an old bigot. Like,
Exactly.
who's getting? How many old bigots do you know?
About 3.
Hey, I'm not old.
4 if I include Coop.
Yeah,
No,
I'm only 32.
hey bro. No, but I think it's funny. I think it's just funny because like, yeah, I can go with the yellow or like the brown. Everybody
Yeah,
can
why
go
don't you
probably
go
go
with the
with the
Asian
brown one.
Santa, dude?
The Asian one.
That guy gets no love. He looks like a Lego Santa.
You just reminded me of like 21st Street when Ice Cube goes, "Hey, stop borrowing Korean Jesus. He has enough shit to deal with."
Exactly. No, dude, Korean Jesus got it made, dude. That's like Samsung Jesus, dude. He's
Yeah,
fine.
he's good.
You got to go like actually Samsung. I think that's South Korea, but yeah, I don't know. I would go Black Santa too because I just I think it's a contrast with the white beard.
It's a good contrast.
You know,
Very dynamic contrast.
dynamic. Kind of got a whole. I just I think it's a more believable Santa.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was. I mean, actually, we don't know where
Um.
regionally where he came from, so could be he could look like anything.
Listen, the last Santa I
And if
know who took over that reign
when I was just
was
gonna
Tim
say if you,
Allen.
well, I was just gonna say if you follow the Santa Claus lore, literally anyone can become Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So there you
You
go.
you put on the suit, you
Now
become the man.
I want to know the story that is the guy who obviously is like a demented psychopath, but put on the coat. Then what happens? Does he turn good, or does the world of Santa as we know it change forever?
They probably put him on the list to be Krampus.
Oh, Krampus? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Krampus. I
true.
think that's how it works out.
That makes sense. Good old Germans and their fucking scare lore.
The Germans got it. The
Germans are
Germans got it locked
smart.
down.
See, that's how you put kids to sleep. You scare them to sleep because they don't listen.
Yeah.
So,
And in the Mexican culture, we straight up don't even fuck
chupacabra?
around with those. No, we go straight to the most evil is of the evils with Satan. And we still like, oh, the devil. It's the devil. Um, there's this movie, is an old school Mexican Christmas movie called El Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. I think they have it. The original version is in Spanish, but they also have it dubbed in English because it was like popular, I guess, in the 50s and 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like you have Santa Claus, and then there's like his arch enemy, his arch nemesis is like some demon who was sent to Earth just to fuck with Santa Claus and make sure he doesn't deliver all the toys.
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. If you're Mexican, that makes 100% sense.
Yeah. That
That's
makes
the way our
yeah,
world works. Yeah,
pretty much, and it's all an analogy
exactly.
for something. But I'm looking forward to the season or the season. I'm looking forward to the holiday. I'm looking forward to touching base back to you when you get back.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
have a safe trip, man. I hope it's a crazy time right now, but it'll be fine. Hopefully, there's not too busy, but I'm sure it'll probably be. Actually, when you're going, it won't be too busy because most people are, I think, left earlier, and they
Yeah,
might be on their way back about when you're leaving, so that might actually work out
yeah. That's one of the reasons why I like going like
after.
after
Yeah.
Christmas, because I know everybody is there to try to get there for before Christmas time,
Mm-hmm.
and then the last push will probably be like before New Year's for New Year's Eve. But obviously, like those are people who like don't follow the school schedule or anything like
Right.
that.
Right. Because
So
you guys get the 2 weeks.
yeah, so going to 26 on Saturday and then hanging out there, and then I fly back the very next Saturday. Have the little Sunday for me to recoup and go back to work on Monday
Nice.
of the following week. So
Yeah, and
yeah, it should
then
be fun. And I
you'll.
haven't been to my hometown of Mexico for about 4 years already.
Oh well,
So
yeah, you'll have a good time.
yeah, I'm pretty sure so much shit has changed since the last time I've been there. So
Well, and I'm gonna have a lot of questions for you too, because yeah, that'd be cool. Because
yeah, man.
we're basically, I mean, I got a lot of questions about Mexico, especially right now. So it'll be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Be safe, but hopefully you'll have some stories to tell us when you get back.
absolutely. And just gonna be out there, and just because I'm in a different country, I'm not gonna like not take safety protocols. I'm still gonna be wearing my
Yeah,
mask in public, and still,
for
I
sure.
think, and of course over there they surprisingly also have like all of the like the dining restaurants and stuff. They're all closed off and stuff like that. Like places where people gather, like it
Hmm.
is also closed off, and it's cool. It's a small little town of like 40 or 50,000 people, so
Yeah,
or I guess it's a city by that point, but it's not super. It's not super huge. It's very secluded and stuff. So should be fun. We'll see how. I'm excited.
yeah,
I haven't been in a while,
yeah. Be
so
excited. You can spend some time
yeah,
with some family and get to hang out and not be home,
yeah, for
stuck
sure.
at home.
Yeah, man, for sure. Really excited. Looking forward to that, man. But as we end this year, I think we say this all the time, but I have to say it once again, man. Congratulations on our little project here we got going on.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I think this will be the last episode of the year.
Yeah,
Trying to think.
2020.
I think so. I think. I mean, dude, I'm happy. It's been 4 months. I was telling Steph that too. It's no small feat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we're off next week, so this is the last episode of the year.
Yeah, and being
Episode
constant with
21.
it. Yeah, and being constant with it also. Like,
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking forward to next year is being constant with it for we'll see how long we want to go, but I'm down to go as long as we can and
yeah, absolutely.
be kind of cool to see how far we can take it completely.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, even if you get like a handful of listeners or a bunch of listeners, like,
Hmm.
at the end of the day,
It's
like,
real.
yeah, and I think we said this several times. Like, yeah, we actually, I was talking to Daryl earlier today because we were also wrapping up the
Hmm.
season with the L3 Pod,
Nice.
and he goes like, hey, like we listen he's like, I listened to a couple of the early episodes of like of Tales from the Head, and they were really dark, very like heavy. He's and towards like lately I feel like they've been a little bit more lighthearted. I'm like, well, I mean, the first couple of episodes had to be heavy,
Yeah.
they had to be dark, because you know, so the listener understood where we're coming from, and what struggles we went through. And now it
Yeah.
is a little bit more lighthearted, but we still focus on like mental wellness and like what to do and what to focus on and things that makes us feel a lit like this world isn't that crappy like we used to think it
I'm
is.
happy that we're not the same thing week to week.
Yeah,
Because like life on a month or a year scale, you're gonna have up times, you're gonna have down times. We're on an up
yeah,
right now. So tell Daryl,
absolutely.
don't worry. There's plenty of time for depression.
We will
We'll
take it
we'll
down there,
there's
bro.
plenty of time for depression. We'll give him
We
some
will
sad shit. Don't worry.
we will take it
I'll
there.
drink a lot of
No
bourbon and I'll
worries.
no, I'm not gonna do that. It's terrible.
We will take it there whenever you need us to, Daryl,
Yeah,
just for you.
basically he's like the producer and he's like, look, it's been a little too positive lately. We need you to start crying a little more on camera.
Listen, you guys need to
No,
go
that's a
back to
good point. And dude, here's
2004.
the thing, that's feedback. So I appreciate it and I'm taking it constructively. And I'm being serious, I'm not being sarcastic. So
Yeah.
it is useful feedback.
Yeah. No, and I took him like, cool, yeah, and like I'm like, yeah, I think it got lighthearted in a
Yeah.
sense that, we
I think it's also because of the season. It's already
yeah,
we're on such a down kick anyway. Like we can add to it, but what's the point?
yeah, this is,
It's not
and
helping
at,
us out
and
either.
and at the end of the day, dude, it's just
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, this is us going through therapy.
Exactly. And
Let's talk.
some days you want to talk about sad shit and some days you don't.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah.
that's the thing I like about this podcast too is we pretty much do whatever we want. So
That's true. That's true. We have our theme, we have our objectives and stuff, but we take it where we need to be,
yeah,
wherever it needs to be
when
taken.
we're feeling things out, that's how you figure out what you want to do. So, but that's good to know. Yeah, we'll keep that in mind for January.
Yeah, well, I
But
took it as a positive review. I'm like, hey,
I did too.
awesome. We sound happier.
Exactly. I'd take that as a positive.
Yeah, we don't sound like Debbie
I'm like,
Downers like we did before.
and we were mentioning that too. We're like, we've overall been kind of happier. So
Yeah,
I think we can definitely agree with that. So
I
that's
think
another
that's the
positive.
best compliment you can ever give anybody, regardless of the situation or
Especially
regardless
after
of
this
anything.
year.
Yeah, it's
So
just
that's
like, hey
good.
man, you look happier. I
Yeah.
think that's such an awesome compliment because you acknowledge that that person went through something.
Right.
You acknowledge and you also acknowledge that this person is making a change.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what subconsciously that's what we want to hear. We want to hear that we're we're making. You want to hear that people knows changes and that we're putting the effort of
Yeah.
you know. And I'm not
To
saying that we're
change.
always gonna be happy, and we never say that. There's days you're gonna feel like shit, and you know what? Cry it out, man.
Yeah.
Cry it
Get
out
it
if you
out of your
feel it.
system.
You know, cry it out. Just don't hold it in.
No, definitely not. Because it'll just
And
boil out.
please, for the love of God, do not hurt yourself or hurt any
Never hurt
others
anyone
around you.
else.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to be more regretful than knowing that you could have prevented causing harm on someone else.
But definitely punch a pillow. That's okay.
Or screaming at one, or,
Yeah.
even squeeze them, choke it out if you want.
Yeah.
Just get real angry and violent.
Like your pillow.
Yeah.
At your pillow.
With your pillow.
Yes.
We got to emphasize that. Not
with your pillow.
put the baby down.
Yeah.
And then shake the pillow. Don't shake the baby.
No.
Babies don't like that.
No. Please. If I hear that you shook a baby, I'm calling child services on you right away. And that's not for you, Coop. That's
don't worry.
Obviously, I'm talking.
If I did
to
that,
Steph when I say
child
this.
services would be the least of my worries.
You'll have an angry wife.
You'd be doing the podcast solo
for a long time.
For probably ever.
Forever, yeah.
Or as long as you wanted to go, basically.
That's you go. Just listen to good old, some early 2000s metalcore. Listen to some Killswitch Engage or SLA Dying, and just
maybe some From Autumn to Ashes. No, I don't know.
Oh, bro, I love Autumn to Ashes.
It's been a while.
I love them, but scream it out, bro.
So last week we didn't leave you with a song, and this week we're also not going to leave you with a song because we can't do it.
Yeah, apparently we can't.
Spotify will not let us play the music on Anchor like they advertised unless we redo the pod, so we are exclusively distributed on Spotify, which we aren't. We're on like 8 different ones, including Apple. So because of that and because of copyright laws, we cannot put songs into the episodes like they said we could because I actually tried it. So instead, I'm just going to annoy everyone and keep introducing tracks that aren't going to play on here. So this week, we're leaving you with a nice, let's see, what's a good one here? We're going to do a nice classic Cuban since we're already on we're doing a little Cuban heat right now. So we're going to do Gloria Estefan here. We're not going to do a sad one. But we'll do.
What was her song? The Get on Your Feet.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking. That happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Steph was giving me a lot of. Steph was like, "Man, you really are on a kick of hers." But dude, I was listening to her because she's Cuban, and I was listening to a lot of her. She does a lot of her hits in Spanish as well.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about Spanish? It sounds beautiful, but the problem is with the phrasing. It's a little too wordy when you go from English to Spanish.
Yeah, it doesn't flow.
It does not flow very well. It's
very vice versa.
And vice versa. Like if you listen to like some Selena songs, if they translated in English, I don't think it would be as good.
Enrique Iglesias, like Enrique Iglesias,
or that.
I can be your hero, baby. Great and magnificent song.
Or the song from Desperado, played by Los Lobos. Was it Canción del Mariachi?
Yeah. Yeah,
That
yeah,
song, when you translate to English, almost makes no sense.
yeah. No,
It doesn't
and
work. But it sounds so eloquent and awesome in that song. But then when you hear, but then when you try and sing it in English to the rhythm, you can't even do it.
no, and
It's
you
like,
know
dude, it
what's
doesn't
funny
work.
with the Christmas? There's this Christmas song that goes "Mamacita." Where's Santa Claus or
Hmm.
something like that. Well, I heard it originally in Spanish where it goes, Mamacita, ¿dónde está Santa Claus? So
Yeah.
when I heard it in English for the first
The
time,
syllables
like,
don't match up.
yeah, 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm like, I don't like it.
It doesn't
I'm
flow
all,
right.
no, and I can't sing it. I cannot sing it because I don't
No.
know how to sing it.
Yeah, dude. And that's the same thing with her music. I'm like, I was hella listening. Like, dude, Get on Your Feet. Dude, that's a good one, dude.
Yeah.
Look at you.
You look at me pulling that one, being all cultured and shit.
Yeah, I know, with your little adult contemporary music.
I actually just tweeted this. I'm like, yeah, I listen to metal and yeah, I listen to punk rock, like, but that NSYNC Merry Christmas Happy Holiday song.
Oh, with Gloria Stefan?
No, I don't think Gloria Stefan's in it,
She
but
does one.
NSYNC did like a Christmas song, and
Yeah, I
it's
think it is.
just such
It is this because it's
good
on the
fucking song.
playlist I'm talking about.
So it's a wonderful feeling.
Wonderful Time of Year or something, right?
Yeah, it's that time of year, and everything's okay. Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's just
Happy. Oh no, and singing Gloria Stefan did Music of My Heart because I'm
I'm trying
looking
to
at it. I was gonna play it, but if I play it, they'll take the thing down.
yeah. I'm trying to think
I can
how
play it
it
after the
goes.
podcast.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we're leaving you with Gloria Stefan, but we're gonna
Yeah.
do a Spanish. We're gonna do "Get on Your Feet," and then we're gonna follow it up with "Here We Are." Then we're gonna play "Music of My Heart" with NSYNC, and then we're gonna finally wrap it all up with the Spanish version of one of my favorites. If I can find this is just taking too long. What I want you to do is understand that this isn't going to happen. This is a very long joke, and it's pretty much run its course.
Basically, we're recommending you to go listen to some Gloria Stefan.
Get on your feet and make it happen.
Yes.
Get
Come
on
on and
your
make it
feet.
happen.
Come on, Danny, and don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But what we want you to do is have a happy holiday, drink lots of eggnog, and for God's sakes, don't get behind the wheel.
No. Please don't. Drink your water. Drink water. Stay hydrated. Have fun. Blow some steam off because it's been one hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Don't expect 2021 to be all biscuits and gravies right
No.
away. You know,
We're starting it in a lockdown.
we're starting it, but you know what? Look at the positives. Don't
Yep.
focus on the negatives,
Nope.
and just know whatever is going on. Just remember that your buddy Coop and your buddy Danny is proud of you for trying your best.
We're happy. We're here. And we're gonna come back with a vengeance next year.
Oh
But
yeah,
it's seriously, if we could play music, "Get on Your Feet" would be the song because it kind of goes with the theme. Get
yeah.
on your feet and don't just sit there and mope. Let's just figure it out and try your
Mm-hmm.
best
Keep
and just
moving.
day by day.
Just keep on moving, baby.
That's all we can do. All right, guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we will see you next year in 2021. It has been a hell of a ride, and thanks for checking us out, and we will check you out.
Peace.